So we didn't do it last week. There should have been a direct. The direct is, we still don't know actually, but everyone is presuming, and people were right last week, it's going to be tomorrow at 11 p.m. This podcast will be out tomorrow morning, so Thursday morning by the time you're listening to it, before the direct. So we thought, let's give our predictions. We're not allowed to talk, so I don't know if you have done this, but you're not allowed to mention Yoshi or New Super Mario Bros. U or any game that's already been announced. We're going to do it in specific sections, and we'll take it in turns. I'll go first. So the first one is third-party reveals. So my third-party game is based on the fact that it got cancelled because of something in it which may not be good. So I was thinking maybe it's something post-apocalyptic, maybe it's something bad. So I'm saying third-party reveal tomorrow, Fallout 3 and New Vegas double pack is going to be revealed as my third-party game. And that's my prediction. Lee, what is your third-party prediction?
That's a good one, Darren. I very much like that one. I've gone for something a little smaller. Capcom giving us some love with the Smash Castlevania on all that coming to Smash Brothers. I'm going to predict that it's a bit of a two kind of thing. I don't know which one, but it's either they're going to bring, and I doubt it's this one, a new Castlevania game, or they're going to bring a Castlevania collection to the Switch.
There's a slight flaw to your reasoning.
And what's that?
That's not Capcom.
No, it's not Capcom. It is...
It's Konami.
Konami, yes. Massive. Come on, Capcom, where's my Castlevania game?
Yeah, we've never had Symphony of the Night on a Nintendo system ever, I don't think.
Which system did that come on?
PlayStation.
It was on PS1, but then you could download it on the PS3 or Xbox 360.
Now, if they did a Castlevania collection, what would you like to see in it? Would you like to see the kind of 8-bit, 16-bit games, or would you like to see the GBA games and the DS?
All of them.
All of them. All in one collection, yeah? 10 games.
Why not? I think you're. I think it's a pretty good. I think that's a pretty good shout, though, Lee. I want it as well, but I think it could easily happen with Konami's sort of relationship with Nintendo. But what would I want? I don't know. What about you, Greg? Konami. Yeah.
I've actually went Konami here as well, and I've went for Metal Gear Rising.
Oh, sorry, I was still wanted to chat about Castlevania, but sorry, yeah, Metal Gear Rising. Yep.
Go back to Castlevania. Yeah.
No, it's all right. I was just dreaming about what we want on it, but yeah, sorry. Let's move on. Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah, Metal Gear Rising. Obviously, it came out on the PS3 and 360 generation. I imagine that I think it was Platinum that made that, and I've actually played through it. I'm not like a huge fan of it actually, but it's the sort of game that I could see them maybe porting across to the Switch, and it kind of links into my Smash character prediction as well.
Snake's already in it.
Raiden from Metal Gear
as an Echo.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd be an Echo or if he'd like. I can't imagine him being an Echo because. You imagine sort of like using like a sword or whatever from like Metal Gear Rising or whatever. So I imagine it'd be a different character. I don't think it's a realistic prediction, but I kind of like the idea of getting a little bit more Metal Gear representation in there.
Maybe, yeah. I liked Metal Gear Rising, may I add, personally, and I've got a feeling most games in Smash are going to get two characters. I've got a feeling like most like franchises are going to get at least an Echo or get two. It's never just going to be one from one game. I think it's going to be more.
Yeah, I mean, if there's going to be an Echo, I mean, like Liquid Snake would
makes most
fit
sense
in there as an Echo, I guess.
But there is a double whammy aspect of having Metal Gear Rising on the Switch, and then also the character. You know, I don't know if they've ever done it, but it feels like a natural thing to do, announcing a game and then going, oh, and also this character's also in Smash Brothers. Yeah, that's fair enough. Lee, what about your Smash Brothers character?
Mine also links into my third party, and because we've already seen some Smash Castlevania love, I thought, well, one of the finest games I played on the DS was the Order of Ecclesia, and I don't know if this would be an Echo fighter as well, because she is a little different from a kind of Simon Belmont character, but Shanoa, the rather beautifully dressed, long blue dressed female character from Order of Ecclesia. Like to see her?
There's zero chance of that.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, as far as Castlevania goes, I don't think she'd be one of the more well-known ones. But you've got one of my favourite DS games was actually Dawn of Sorrow.
Yeah, great game.
And I think it has...
They're all great.
Is it Soma
Soma
Cruz
Cruz,
is his name. He actually appears in 2 games. He's in Aria of Sorrow on the Game Boy Advance as well. So I think maybe he would have more chance of getting in.
I just like the idea of a bit more female representation in Smash, So I went with Shinoa.
Which makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it makes sense. I can't see any more Castlevania characters. I just don't think... You never know, but I can't see it. My Smash character, and Greg is going to hate this, that I think is going to be revealed tomorrow, is Steve from Minecraft. I've just got a feeling. I can see it.
Feeling you might be right there as well.
I personally, I think that would be a smart move, even though people go, it's only Minecraft. That will bring in another little audience. My son would probably play that character to death. It would be a rather smart move, I think, if they did.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. See.
Another slightly probably unlikely one that I would kind of like to see, maybe like with Streets of Rage 4 being revealed, I'd love to see like Axel.
Yeah.
Axel making it in.
Throw them all in as echo fighters of each other. So.
Why not?
Exactly. So the next category, Lee, you can go first with this one. We're going to find out everything about online. And I did say an online surprise, and in my head it's like something nice, but an online surprise could easily be a negative surprise. So Lee, what is your online surprise?
I didn't have much for this, and going through it, it was rather negative, It's voice chat is not going to be as functional as I would love it to be. It's going to be only through the app. It's going to be, it's pretty much what you expect, what I expect, what others expect, but I'm hoping it's not going to be. So it's only through the app. You won't be able to communicate in any other way with other players until you're actually in game. So you load up Splatoon, then you go into the app and it says, yes, you're playing Splatoon. Oh, Darren's playing Splatoon as well. Then we can connect through voice chat. There's not obviously what we all want is native in the Switch. Or at the worst case scenario, what we want is you can chat to set up games on the app. I don't think that's going to happen. Do not think.
I've got two things about this. One, I said online surprise. That would not be a surprise.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's your prediction here?
Two, do you think at least loads more games are going to get added to it? Is Mario Kart going to get added to it? Is tennis going to get added to it? Are we going to be able to at least chat on other games? Obviously, the new games, but are we going to be retroactively? Can we chat on all online games, or at least a lot?
Yes, we will. We'll have an icon like that Splatoon 2. Yes, we'll have an icon for all the arms for Mario Brothers,
Perfect.
Super Mario Kart, whatever, Mario Maker. We'll have an icon for every first party game, and if we're lucky, we'll have an icon for some third party games as well, like Diablo 3.
Yeah, well, they've already said they've got voice chat, so that'll definitely be there. But there you go. That can be your prediction. That's more positive.
we could do
Darren.
We could do with one for Rocket League sometimes, Darren.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's mine. Yeah, so that's fair enough. Greg, what's your online surprise?
I'm not sure if it's a surprise, because I'm trying to think back to the wee graphic where they showed they had everything boxed off, what's coming to it really. Mm-hmm. Did they mention anything about exclusive discounts for eShop titles?
Yes,
they confirmed that.
And the more you buy, you can accumulate discounts more and more.
So that's my prediction sort of out the window there. Maybe I'll go with the way for things like ARMS and Splatoon, they had the test fires and whatnot. Maybe they'll tie that sort of thing into you can only do those if you're subscribed.
Okay, well, I doubt that won't happen, because they want to entice people to play online. But also, they're not going to announce that tomorrow, are they? It's not going to be a prediction direct. What are you telling me? Well, in a few months, we're going to have a test fire for a game, or Smash Brothers, I guess. Maybe is that it? Is it to play Smash Brothers, the test fire for Smash Brothers is you'll have to pay for online, which would be bad, but is that what you think will happen?
I have no idea where I'm going with this.
This was the hardest one to think of.
I thought it was easy. I thought of loads of stuff. I'm way more positive than you guys. Okay, so basically, Greg is saying you're going to have to pay for online to play the demo of Smash Brothers.
Or, there might be exclusive demos or something. We'll go with that.
Okay, we'll go with that one. But mine is much simpler, much more positive. I think they're going to introduce a new mode for Splatoon tomorrow. as part of. I think they're going to announce a load. I've got a feeling it's going to be a massive Splatoon splurge tomorrow,
I hope
and there's going to
so.
be loads of new levels, new gear, a final splurge, and I think they're going to announce a new mode to coincide with the launch of the online. And obviously you can only play it if you pay for online. And I'm hoping it's that football one that you mentioned ages ago, Lee. But
8 Ball it was called. Yeah.
But we'll see. But that's what I think. A new mode for Splatoon. Now the fun bit. So that's 3 predictions down, 2 predictions left. New games, new first-party games announced by Nintendo tomorrow. And when do you think they're going to come out? So my first one is a game by Next Level Games, who have been working on something for a long time. There's rumours that it's Luigi's Mansion, but I think with Luigi's Mansion coming out for 3DS, I don't think it's that. I am going to say they are going to announce Super Punch-Out Switch for next year. That'll probably be the last bit of thing we say. Super Punch-Out Switch is coming, and it's going to be announced tomorrow. I'd be very excited. Greg?
While I would love that, I'd much prefer if it was if Next Level were working on the next Mario Strikers instead. That's what I want them to be working on.
I agree. I've just got a feeling that Mario Golf is going to be the next sports game for next year.
I mean, Punch Out makes the most sense, and like they can use the Joy-Cons to like do the punch in the same way they did in the Wii version of it.
Yeah, I cannot use that then as well.
That's what I used to beat the whole thing. Loved it.
Really?
Wow.
Punch Out Wii was so good. But I hope it's Mario Strikers too. But I'd be delighted with Punch Out. And a range of amiibo to go with it. Oh, can you just imagine how good the amiibo would be for Punch Out? Anyway,
yeah.
King
Hippo
niche,
amiibo. Oh, so cool. With a removable manhole cover. Oh, cool.
Amazing. Greg, what's your first Nintendo game reveal?
Mine is probably as underwhelming as it could possibly get for me, and I haven't actually played any of these games, but a little Pool Blocks collection. There were several of those titles on the 3DS. There was Pool Blocks, Fall Blocks, and then I think the last one was called Pool Blocks World. I didn't play any of them. Don't even think I played the demo of.
They're very good games, but you are depressing.
I am.
It's a chance to dream.
I tried to make it a more realistic of a prediction
That's
than
fair enough.
saying something like F-Zero's coming.
Is it Greg, please?
Oh, I wish. But
Okay,
yeah,
so what's...
that's-
Oh, no, so I was going to say what's your next one, but not yet. So, I played them. I liked them, but that's not exciting. Lee, do you have anything far more exciting than Greg?
Well, I've got one really safe one and one outrageous one that will never come, but I'd love to see come anyway. It's a 3DS game.
Do your safe one.
No, I'm going to do my outrageous one first.
Oh, okay.
It's a 3DS game because they're still going to push the 3DS because they're still bringing out new SKUs. It's going to be a 2D Zelda game, top-down kind of, probably using the Link Between Worlds engine, but it's a branching story from the Breath of the Wild, and it's going to be called The Legend of Zelda: Death of the Wild. Ganon's back, and you know Ganon, he never learns. He's going to meet his downfall again, but this time it's darker, the grass has turned brown. It's I've been reading too much The Wheel of Time, and everything is dying in the world, and you've got to right wrongs.
So why do you think that's outrageous? I don't think a 2D Zelda game using the Link Between Worlds engine on the 3DS is that outrageous at all.
It seems like it would be overkill at this moment, unless they did a kind of Four Swords. I think they've done Zelda to death now on the 3DS, especially with the re-releases of Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time as well.
I hope you're right. But...
I can't see another one coming out, but I would love one in the kind of, the kind of garb and the kind of weapons and the kind of elements that Breath of the Wild has, but bring it into 2D.
Would you love it though on the 3DS?
I think one of those games would actually get me to pick the 3DS up again, yeah.
Or dual release on both systems?
I would rather play it on Switch, but if they're going to release it with the Link Between Worlds engine, I can just see them like in, why isn't Luigi's Mansion coming? They could easily HD res that up for the Switch, but no, that's only on 3DS, So I would have a feeling if a 2D Zelda game came out, it'd be on the 3DS. I'm hoping to be wrong, though.
Yeah, I think the prospect of maybe like a newly designed game, like you say, Death of the Wild, is maybe slightly ambitious. I think they'd maybe go down the remake route a wee bit more using the Link Between Worlds engine. They'd maybe either do like A Link to the Past or Link's Awakening, maybe. remake it in that style.
Yeah, Link's Awakening would be a nice to play through again in that style. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we'll see. But that wouldn't surprise me. I think you're closer than you think, actually. It's not that outrageous. Greg, your final game. Come on, give us something good. Come on, Greg, you can do it.
It would be good for me, not so good for you.
Crash 4.
We found out recently, like a few weeks ago, that Steep had been cancelled. So you can probably maybe guess where I'm going with this one here. They've cancelled it because they found out Nintendo's working on a new 1080. And they think, what's the point of us even bothering
I'm sure that's what they think,
Steep for the Switch?
Nintendo
So,
have given them the 1080 and say, hey, dress this up, make it a 1080 game, please, Ubisoft. You've done wonderful things with the Mario license. Let's see your wonders on the 1080 license, and let's get Darren loving 1080 for once.
Put Mario characters in, it would be a start, and make it arcadey.
So completely unrealistic, but I just want a new 1080. Let's do it.
Why do you think it's unrealistic?
We haven't had one for like what,
Avalanche,
15 years.
The only remotely good one.
Like not even sure if that Wii development studio's still there or like.
I've just got a feeling every franchise that we want is going to come to the Switch eventually. They're going to run out of games to produce. How many games have we got already?
I know, but it's like we had all those different franchises back at that time, and it's like they almost got to a point where like towards the GameCube into like the Wii era and stuff, like, all right, these are the games that sell well. We've got like our Animal Crossings and stuff and Fire Emblems. Let's focus on those, and we keep getting sequels for those games, and like all these games that we loved in the past, most of them are just been forgotten now. And like even if they did bring them back, are they really going to sell that well? Probably not. So is it worth the risk doing that, or do they just go, right, here's Mario Kart 9?
Well, I think that, the Fire Emblem didn't sell that well, and it was only Awakenings which saved that franchise on the 3DS, so they do give franchises a chance. I think we're going to get them. I just think ultimately they're going to run. They can't just keep making Marios and Zeldas. They haven't got a handheld to kind of make two versions of all these games, and I just think at some point they're going to be like, well, we need to get some new kind of fresh blood in there rather than just doing kind of iterations of another Mario, another Zelda, another Mario Kart and stuff like that. And they're going to resort to these little games. I'm telling you, you're going to get your 1080. We're going to get a Wave Race and our F-Zero and our Advance Wars. We're going to get a lot.
I'm smiling.
And Pilot Wings.
Pilot
Not
Wings,
tomorrow.
Please.
Yeah, Pilot Wings. I think. We might be getting that on Friday in the virtual lab kit, but we'll see what it's like when we play it. But I don't know. I think you'll get a 1080, but maybe not tomorrow, but I think it'll come. I really do think we're gonna look back on the Switch and it's gonna be the most ridiculous console that we've ever had. But we'll see. So Lee, that was Greg's game. What is your safe game?
It's a boring one, but it's something I would love to see, and I'm sure many people would say this game needs to be shown. I'm amazed that it's not here already for the Switch's second Christmas. It's Animal Crossing. If they do show it tomorrow, I think it'll be coming out early 2019, kind of February, March, that kind of early spring, kind of, the flowers are blooming, let's get some Animal Crossing on the go. And this is where I go crazy. It's called Animal Crossing Switcheroo, and it it allows cross-dressing and gender swapping.
It's like a really kind of progressive, modern 2019 modern version of Animal Crossing. All goes.
Anything goes.
I was going to say that. Not at Switcheroo, but I was going to say Animal Crossing. Surely, we said this last year, but surely it is coming out. And I've always thought sort of next spring makes a lot of sense for that. And it could easily be tomorrow, and then they announce Isabelle as a Smash Brothers character as well. That could be a bit of a double whammy. But I didn't go with that. I went with, maybe predictably, maybe not, a game that's finished years ago. It's a game I want with a certain online component, but I'm expecting Pikmin 4 to be announced tomorrow for early next year. Please give me Pikmin 4. Please. I know I'm boring, but please give me online bingo battle. Please. That's all I want. I was thinking about it because I was thinking about it today. I was thinking, what would I prefer? Say Pikmin 4 with the greatest Pikmin adventure that there's been out of all of them, or just online bingo battle. And I think I'd probably go with online bingo battle and mission mode. But let's give us it all, Nintendo, please. I think Miyamoto and Bill Trinan love Bingo Battle. I think they think that is an incredible I think they absolutely love that mode. I'm hoping they give it some love. I don't know how possible it'd be in online, but we'll see. But I think Pikmin 4. So 1080, Pikmin 4, Animal Crossing. Which one? None of them. I think we all know it's none of them, don't we?
They're just going to give a massive blowout on Fire Emblem Three Houses, do you think?
Yeah, I think in reality, I think we're going to learn more about Fire Emblem, Yoshi. I think New Super Mario Bros. U will be a thing. Yeah. I think Metroid Prime Trilogy is probably a thing, but they may wait for maybe Game Awards to announce that for early next year. But we'll see. I'm very excited, as always, with these things to see what we're going to be buying over the next 6 months. But that was awesome. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Thank you, as always, guys. And thank you for listening, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.